Hot summer days call for something cold and delicious, right? Today I'm sharing 3 of the most beloved Korean cold noodle dishes: Naengmyeon, Jjolmyeon, and Kongguksu. Each has a totally different flavor, but all are perfect for beating the summer heat. Let's dive in and see which one tempts you the most. How to make a pickled radish. Cut the Korean radish into appropriate sizes and slice it thinly. Place the thinly sliced radish into a jar or a glass container. Pour 1 cup of water into a pot. Add ½ cup of vinegar. Add ½ cup of sugar. Add 1 tablespoon of salt. Stir well until the sugar dissolves. Bring it to a boil. When it starts boiling, turn off the heat and pour it over the sliced radish. Let it cool completely and then refrigerate it. It will be ready to eat after a few hours. How to make the beef broth. Today I will be using beef brisket for the broth. Cut it into large pieces. This will reduce the cooking time. Soak the sliced beef in water for about an hour to remove any excess blood. After an hour, transfer the beef to a pot. Add 3 large slices of Korean radish. Also add half a pear with no seeds. Add 1 onion, cut it in half. Add 3 slices of ginger. Add 10 cloves of garlic. Add 3 green onions. Add a bit of whole black peppercorns. Pour about 4 liters of water into the pot and bring it to a boil over high heat. As it starts to boil, skim off any foam that rises to keep the broth clean. Partially cover the pot to avoid overflowing and let it boil for about an hour over high heat. After 1 hour, remove the meat and vegetables. Let the meat cool down and later slice it for garnishing. Now let's season the broth. To enhance the taste, add about 2 tablespoons of gukganjang, Korean soy sauce for soup. Add about 1 tablespoon of salt. Add 4 tablespoons of sugar. Bring it to a gentle boil. When it starts boiling, turn off the heat. Let it cool to the room temperature. Add 4 tablespoons of vinegar to the cooled broth. Taste it and adjust the seasoning with sugar, vinegar, and salt according to your preference at this stage. Once the seasoning is to your liking, store it in the refrigerator to chill and serve it cold. Preparing the garnish. For the garnish, cut the cucumber in half and then slice it thinly. Cut the boiled eggs in half. Peel the pear and remove the seeds. Then cut it in half and slice it thinly. Thinly slice the cold beef. The remaining beef can be sliced into thin pieces and stored in the freezer for later use in dishes, like mandukguk or tteokguk. How to boil the noodles. Today I will be using dried prepackaged Naengmyeon noodles. The amount is enough for 4 servings. There is a soup base included in the package. Since I'm making the broth from scratch today, I won't be using the soup base. If you find it difficult to make the broth, you can use the prepackaged soup base. The package also comes with mustard sauce. Boil water in a pot and cook the naengmyeon noodles according to the package instructions. The package I have recommends boiling for 5 minutes. Stir occasionally while boiling. After 5 minutes, there was a lot of starch in the water. Turn off the heat and rinse the noodles thoroughly with cold water. If you have ice, you can add it to the water for rinsing. After rinsing the noodles in cold water, divide the noodles into individual portions and place them in serving bowls. Pour the cold broth over the noodles to make them even cooler. Now let's add the prepared garnish. Put some sliced beef. Place a few slices of pear, put some cucumber strips, put some pickled radish. Finally, add half a boiled egg. You can also add a little mustard according to your taste. Very healthy and refreshing homemade naengmyeon is ready. When eating cold noodles, they go well with the galbi. How to make a seasoning sauce. Let's start by making the seasoning. In a bowl, add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, add 3 tablespoons of vinegar, add 2 tablespoons of plum extract. If you don't have a plum extract, you can use apple juice instead. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar, add half a tablespoon of minced garlic, add 1 tablespoon of gochugaru, add 2 tablespoons of honey or corn syrup. Jjolmyeon should have a slightly sweet and tangy taste. Add 2 tablespoons of gochujang. Add 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. Finally, add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Mix well. The sauce used in Jjolmyeon tastes even better when it's marinated. Vegetable preparation. Thinly slice the cabbage. Thinly slice the cucumber. Then slice it thinly again. Thinly slice the carrots. Thinly slice them as well. This is Jjolmyeon that I bought from a Korean grocery store. If you read the description, it says to boil it on high heat for about 5 minutes. Since it's frozen, you can leave it at room temperature for about 2 hours before using it. And the noodles that were stuck together will automatically separate. If the noodles are stuck together, separate them. Add about 2 handfuls of soybean sprouts to boiling water. Open the lid and blanch them for about 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, take the soybean sprouts out and rinse them in cold water. And then drain the excess moisture. Put the jjolmyeon in the boiling water that was used to blanch the soybean sprouts. Stir occasionally over high heat and cook for about 5 minutes. If the water starts to overflow while boiling, add a little more cold water. After 5 minutes, rinse the jjolmyeon several times in cold water to remove excess starch. If you have ice, add it while rinsing. It will make the noodles clear and more delicious. Drain the rinsed jjolmyeon. How to plate. Put the jjolmyeon in a bowl, add the blanched soybean sprouts. Pour about half of the pre-made seasoning sauce first. Mix well. Place an appropriate amount in a bowl. Place the sliced vegetables on top, making it look nice. If you have a boiled egg, cut one and place it on top. Add a little more seasoning sauce if it is necessary. How to eat. Add some more seasoning sauce before mixing it. Mix it well. Wow, it's absolutely delicious. The sweet, tangy, and spicy flavors are amazing. Put 1 cup of dried soybeans into a bowl. Pour water over them and rinse once. Drain the water used for rinsing the soybeans and add enough water to soak the soybeans. Let them soak for about 1 hour. Cut the cucumber in half and slice it thinly. Remove the ends of the cucumber as they can taste bitter. Cut the tomato into slightly thick slices. Cut the boiled egg in half. This topping will be added to the soy milk noodle soup later. After 1 hour, these are the soaked soybeans. Drain the water and put the beans in a large pot. Pour enough water into the pot. Open the lid and boil them for about 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, drain and rinse the cooked beans with cold water quickly. If you don't rinse them with cold water right away, the beans will continue to cook and lose their flavor. Rub the beans with your hands to remove the skin. It's not recommended to grind the beans with the skin, as the soy milk won't be smooth. Once most of the bean skins are removed, transfer the beans to a strainer. Put some of the cooked beans into a blender. Add a little more water than the beans to ensure they blend well. If you want it to be even nuttier, you can add pine nuts or almonds and blend them together. Blend for about 2 minutes. If the soy milk appears coarse after blending, add a little more water and blend for another minute to make it smoother. If you prefer creamier soy milk, add a bit more water and blend for an additional 30 seconds. You should now have finely blended soy milk. Repeat this process with the remaining beans. If the concentration is too thick, you can add a little more water. It's best to season the soy milk just before eating. Adding salt or sugar in advance can cause the soy milk to spoil. The soy milk is better prepared in advance and stored in the refrigerator. Now let's cook the noodles. Fill a pot with plenty of water. Add half tablespoon of salt to the water. Today I will be using Jjolmyeon thin wheat flour noodles, and this amount is enough for 1 serving. Let's cook enough for 2 servings today. When cooking noodles, use plenty of water to prevent them from sticking together and to ensure they cook evenly. Jjolmyeon take about 3 minutes 30 seconds to cook. When the noodles start boiling again, add about half cup of cold water. Stir frequently to prevent sticking. When it boils again, add another half cup of cold water. Finally, when it boils for the 3rd time, turn off the heat and rinse the noodles well with running cold water. Use your hands to gently separate the noodles while rinsing. Rinse the noodles a couple of times until the starch is washed away completely, and the noodles will be chewier and more enjoyable. If you have ice, add some to the rinsed noodles. Roll up the noodles with your hands into individual portions and place them in a bowl. For cold soy milk you prepared earlier over the noodles, add some sliced cucumber on top, then the tomato slices, and finally the boiled egg. Just before eating, sprinkle about 3 pinches of salt over the dish. If you prefer a sweeter taste, you can add a little honey, about 1 teaspoon, according to your taste. Very refreshing, nutritious Kongguksu is done. Before eating, you can also add a few ice cubes to make it even more refreshing and enjoyable. How was today's recipe? Hope you give it a try. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. 감사합니다. 안녕히 계세요. Bye bye.